Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Trails of Daybreak 2. In the last part, we did some connection events, had some touchy moments with Agnes, and especially with Ren, who probably had the best connection event in the game. She had a phone call with Estelle, Yoshua, and Tita, and not only that, she was also reunited with Pater Mater, the Gordius class Arcasan that was stuck with her all throughout the Sky trilogy, and all the way up until Azure, where he ultimately was killed. Man, but he's back with the Holocore now, so that was really nice. That was really nice. We also did some connections event with Miss Fairy and Shizna, so those were interesting. But yeah, we got 3 more connection events we gotta bang out. So, who's next on the list? I'll tell you what. Having the full experience of all the past games, and I made the statement, and I made the statement before during Cold Steel 4's true ending. Having all of these past experiences just really drives it home. That drives the fact home that going through all these games was so worth it. All right. Let's do you two. Well, part of ways is the companion for. Okay. What are you guys doing over here in the office? Well met, Von Arkwright, Spriggan Extraordinaire. To commemorate the final days of the night glorious capital, we do hereby challenge thee to a duel for the title of True Spriggan. Translation, please. Actually, she pretty much covered it. Come on, play along. This could be our last chance. Here we go. Alright, I'll buy it. So, explain this duel over the true title of True Spriggan business. Well, that part was just her being dramatic. Remember when you made us our substitute Spriggans right after we came to Edith? It's been a wild ride since then, and I mean wild. Now here we are with everything we've asked for and more. We don't want to set a bad example for Lapis or our boss by taking advantage of your hospitality, though. So we felt the need to prove ourselves, and who better to do it against than you, Vaughn? Spriggan stuff's pretty close to where yours would work already, so a 4SPG showdown sounds like a good way to settle things. And if we should vanquish thee, perchance we could lay claim to thy reputation as well. Don't push your luck, but I get where you're coming from. You two deserve a little something for picking up the slack around here. I'll just treat this like a special 4SPG from my stand-ins. Just don't cry foul when I go full throttle. No better parting gift than showing you what a Spriggan's really made of. We couldn't ask for more. Now you're talking. Now, from then, Vaughn used his connection to get in touch with any collaborators of his who had time to spare. They then put together a limited time half-price discount promotion to bring in some more 4SPGs than ever before. Back to the bulletin boards, and every district ought to have a request from every corner to corner by now. Whoever closes out the most of them within the time limit is the winner. You guys all set to go? Ready when you are. Really casting a wide net though, huh? I know this is a suggestion, but we're in for a lot more 4SPGs than we bargained for. You say that, but I had to trim the list quite a bit to get it down to where just the suitable ones. I was already looking for a good excuse to get the finickier ones over with, so this worked out great. Yeah, imagine what a buzzkill would be to get an emergency call in the middle of tonight's live performance. Well, alright. Here, hope you don't mind for bringing the heat. You're on. No backing out now. Let the 4SPG showdown commence! Oh boy. Salvon swing on his duel began. Cat! It's coming your way, yes? Roger that. How's this Spriggan work? There, you're gonna be just fine. Oh yeah, score 1 for the Dream Team. Goodness, what an impressive display. My sweet little Anna. How can you ever thank you ever so much for catching her? Oh, apparently the cat doesn't like you. About that, I read this cat's owner. You're a few syllables off from the name on our collar just now. The rumor has it that a shitty catnapper has been snatching up purebreds to put on the market. That's... Oh, Angela, thank goodness you're alright. Caught, busted, denied. So now the match I'm employed at is a massive rat infestation. It's all my fault. If I don't do something about it, they'll fire me forever. Sure. Can I count on you to handle this discreetly? So my hunch is alright. Two of them are like a match made in heaven. Mind hanging around just a tick? The solution to your problem should be along just a minute. Excuse me, are you the Spriggan I keep hearing about? I could really use your expertise. All the laboratory rounds at the medical research facility I worked for are inadvertently terminated. Is there any chance you can set me a sub with a large quantity of them in short order? Did you say rats? Huh? That's 2 for 1. Get an amount of requests as its perks sometimes. Huh. S, you think those cards have anything to do with the package we picked up a minute ago? Shoot, we're being tailed. I'll shake them off. Hang on tight, Nadia. Aye, aye. Drugs! Picked up drugs. Somebody save me! Pipe down, I ain't looking to start anything. At least not if you clean out your blackmail data and hand it over. You had a good run up until now, coasting on the backs of others. I'd say it's about time for the piper to get paid. Alright, just take it! That settles that. Now on to a separate request. This one's involved getting tit over tat or the living hell you put your victims through. No, please! Beat him up. Look at him go. Waiting around here to ambush that crooked businessman isn't going as well as I hoped. Maybe call on and switch routes? I can recalculate his path, but we're kind of short on time. What's this? Don't tell me we're all working the same request. Oh, hi, Vaughn. Guess we overlapped on this one. Well, ain't that a kick in the head? It's already got the jump on me. Not even the golden tip-off Bermuda can make up for that. I'll just have to shift over into something else. Ah well. Keep up the good work out there. Vermonti? That's from over in Riverside. Might as well head over and take the freebie. What about the guy they're supposed to be ambushing? What the fuck? What happened to that guy? They're just up and leaving? Alright, we're at. I guess that guy got off scot-free. So, the final tally is 11 force BGs for me and 12 for you. Victory is yours. Damn, some professional I am. What's wrong? Those don't look like faces of winners to me. It's because this whole thing was rigged. I'm with her on that. That informer you clued us in on was the only reason we were able to close that last request. Can't really say that point was earned fair and square. Hey, I'm the one who slipped up and gave you a hint. You should be proud of not letting it slip pass you by. From where I'm standing, who saw what doesn't really matter as long as you stuck to the Spriggan way. Matter of fact, you did me who saw divvying up the workload, so thanks for that. He got us hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, we may have won the battle, but we lost the war the second you suggested doing over more SPGs. Johann Fox is good, Vaughn. You guys get so uptight of the weirdest things. Well, for all the areas we fall short on, we still managed to prove ourselves pretty decently. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I can see these guys being good Spriggans. Actually, you never fully explained what it is you're trying to prove. Mind fill me in? Like we said, these last several months have been just one freak accident after another. Running into old colleagues from the gardens on Nemeth, seeing what looked like my brother back from the dead. And even that's got nothing to do with what went down with the LPNS. Everything worked out in the end, but it left us with some heavy questions to chew on. We started to wonder, would we ever escape our past? Or were we doomed to spend the rest of our days in darkness? I see. That's what all this boils down to. We wanted to prove that if we worked together hard enough, we could enjoy our lives in a way that went right with us. Just like you do, Vaughn. Like me. Not that most people would call your way of life a respectable one. Don't I know it. I heard Elaine offered you a place at the guild, though. Why not take her up on it? Blech, work myself to the ground all year round? I've got lazy and a loping quota to keep. Call me crazy, but I don't think her line of work is in our wheelhouse anyway. That aside, there was one other thing we wanted to prove. To yourselves? No. To you, Vaughn. We wanted to show how much we've grown over the last 2 years. You had to help us out with just about everything back then. But now other people can lean on us for a change, don't you think? Yeah, you two have come leaps and bounds, no doubt about that. Even if your past tries to haunt you again, I know you'll put it right back in its place as many times as it takes. You got the freedom to make whatever you want of your lives. This old town Spriggan will vouch for that any day of the week. I know we're not leaving just yet, but I can tell we won't be leaving any regrets behind. And the next time we meet up, we're gonna be thrice as impressive as we are. Yeah? I can hardly wait already. Hey. Hey.
いつでもとは言わないが、必要になったら連絡してくれ。今度は俺たちがあんたの 4SPG を解決するから。
I can't say I can't say I like Swin. I know that he was being manipulated before, so I can't say I like him. But I guess my opinion on Swin kind of improved a little bit. Nadia, I've always liked Nadia. I liked her. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're not bad, I guess. Not the worst. Not the worst. All right, who's next? Off the chopping block. You know what? Let's give Elaine some attention. All right, what's going on with Elaine? Apologies for the delay. I'm with the Bracer Guild. Oh yes, we've been expecting you. Oh, aren't you that famous A-rank bracer? Thank you so much for accepting a request on such short notice. Oh, you brought Vaughn along as well? Fancy seeing you here again. For the record, I'm mostly just along for the ride. It's kind of funny how it's the other way around this time. Usually, it's Elaine tagging along with Vaughn. Now it's Vaughn tagging along with Elaine. You know him? Yeah, I met him while doing a Force BG a while back. You still keeping in touch with the old Bruno? Yes, I consulted him about all this, in fact. Anyway, I feel much better knowing that you're on the case. Let's get down to business, shall we? So, you suspect the stalker will crash your wedding today and attack the bride? Do I have that right? You do, yes. Honestly, we're at a loss what to do. It all began when Dorothy was kind enough to care for a man who was passed out along the side of the road. She was already engaged at the point, but that didn't stop the man from obsessing from her over the fact. She and Matt reached out to the police and guild several times, but they couldn't do much, so as was careful to remain within the confines of the law. Then, once the wedding date was received, she received an unusual package. Inside was a clandestine photo of her and the groom. Faces were cut out, and the message was written in blood. Love never dies. Jesus fucking Christ. The wedding date was listed as well, even though it had only just been decided on. How despicable. Only the vilest of fiends would try to seek to ruin such an important day in a young couple's life. That's a textbook example of a threat letter. Should be enough to cause for the guild to take action. Problem is, if we're following the Bracer Code, I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that you delay your wedding. When danger is imminent, we have to put the safety of the citizens above all else. I hope you understand. I was afraid of that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Dorothy. Don't be. It's for the best. We can't risk putting our friends and family in harm's way. I just wish we could have celebrated this with them. Everyone was able to take time out of their busy schedules for this. Alright, I think this quest can qualify as a Force BG now. Oh? Arkwright Solutions will be working on with the guild on this one. No need to move the wedding date, because I've got an idea. You do? But how would... No. I'll pay any price you ask, as long as it means we can have our wedding as planned. To pull this one off, I'm going to need the assistance of our very own Brave Beauty's Blade. Say no more, I'll do whatever I can to help. After that, they enlisted the aid of the cathedral staff and swiftly put Vaughn's plan into action. And so, the wedding began on schedule. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today before the goddess Eidos to have join Roderick and Dorothy in the bonds of holy matrimony. Do you, Roderick, take this woman, Dorothy, to have and to hold in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live? I do. And do you, Dorothy, take this man, Roderick, in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live? I... Stop! Oh boy. Who do you think you are? You have no right to be barging on the sacred union. Must be that low-life bastard he told me about. Why, Dorothy? Why would you marry the likes of him? I'm the one you love. I'm the one. That's why you saved me back then, right? Oh, that's Elaine, isn't she? That's Elaine. It's obvious that's Elaine. Elaine's in disguise. Get a grip, man. That's just some fantasy you dreamed up on your own. I'll never give up the woman I love, and especially not to someone who'd only burden her with a one-sided obsession. What the hell do you just say to me? Who do you think who you are, you piece of shit? Get lost. You have nothing to do with this. Dorothy, my beloved, it's time to go. The goddess aside, where our love will never die. Good lord. Huh? I must say, I find your unrequited love quite shallow. You couldn't even tell that your beloved was an imposter. Hey, what? That's it, embrace her. Beauty's blade? Why is she here? Why? Where's my Dorothy? Nope. Down restrained. Oh, Roderick. Oh, Dorothy, everything's going to be alright now. So, what did y'all think of our mid-wedding halftime show? A little unprecedented, I know, but hey, that's a first love for this is first for everything. Our special guest, Elaine LeClaire, gave a performance for the ages, all to test the love of our leading lady and man. Let's give our groom a big round of applause for bravely fending off his girl's would-be captor. Holy cannoli, I had no idea they switched out the bride. Okay, that was a little too realistic for my taste. Man, what a show. That darn Springer really knows how to throw everyone for a loop. At least Bruno knows what's up. I sincerely apologize for causing such a ruckus. We'll get the ceremony back underway in just a moment. Let me offer my congratulations to the soon-to-be happily newlyweds. Afterwards, they quietly turned the stalker over to the police. The wedding went off and went there without any further disruptions. Hey. Elaine, Vaughn, thank you so much for saving our wedding. Well, that was a neat little tight ending. I'm glad we were able to help him. Can't believe I was able to pull one over the crowd with that halftime show bit. That was one hell of a gamble. If Roderick hadn't done that whole spiel but from the heart, I doubt anyone would have bought it. Hey, I got a question for you. Why the special interest in this request? Something about this job must have caught your eye. Don't think you'd wanted to leave in the middle of the festival otherwise. I suppose it's true. Well, to answer your question, the subject of marriage has just so happened to be on my mind lately. Seeing as how my family, or rather my relatives, have been trying to get me to tie the wedding knot, I've received a few proposals already. I knew the Quincy company had been hard at work rebuilding the business, but this is the first time I'm hearing of this. You may as well know, as you may well know, our family has a long lineage, and many of our relatives are the old-fashioned sort. They say it's all right to support the Eclair family. I suppose it sounds noble when you put it like that. It's all to support, excuse me. In all likelihood, they're simply desperate to find their footing. Things have been rather chaotic following my father's incarceration. In a way, I almost pity them. And to be honest, that's why I've entertained the notion. Well, I don't think you should. I know you're just trying to bear the burden for everyone like usual, but that ain't your responsibility, alright? Your dad's the only one who committed a crime, not you. It isn't your job to mop up his mess. You can't fix everything. And if you say you can, that's arrogance talking, plain simple. But, you know, that just might be the most hypocritical thing you've ever said. I'm just speaking from experience, that's all. From one burden-bearing person to another, don't forget why you chose the path you're on. You didn't choose it for your family's sake, and you sure as hell didn't choose it for mine either. You're right. No, in fact, you're exactly right. Oh, and don't worry about those marriage proposals. I turned them all down. Who said I was worried? It's the smirk on her face. By the way, you might not want to be put this off for too much longer. We're both getting up there in age. Excuse me, I'll have you know I'm only 24. Okay, here I go. Elaine's gonna catch it, isn't she? Yeah, there it is. Wow, Elaine caught it. Congrats. I wonder if this is my reward for all the hard work I put in lately. A certain someone I know could and should learn from my example. Oof, hit me where it hurts, why don't you? Fine, I'll try and take a few pointers. Oh boy, she's blushing. I mean, it's clear. I mean, it's not really as evident and clear as it is with Agnes, but you know, I mean, it's kind of clear. It's kind of not so obvious that Elaine still kind of likes Vaughn. I don't know about Vaughn liking Elaine, but you know, the hints are kind of there. The hints are kind of there. All right, got one last connection event to do. Oh God, who am I gonna do? You know what? Rosette. Alright, Rosette, what are you doing? Hello, Mr. Arkwright. Chester rounds are going well. Have you been wandering around the festival by yourself this whole time? You need to get busy and live a little. I have been busy, actually. I'm kind of surprised to see the two of you just wandering around together, though. Well, I made a promise to Rosette, you know? I never go back on a promise. We haven't spent any time together in, like, forever. So we're totally gonna try and make the best of today. I suppose it has been a while since we've seen one another. Well, I'm glad to see you two are having fun. I don't want to interrupt your little get-together, so I'll just see myself out. Don't be like that. You might as well join us since you're here and all. Besides, there's no way you don't know all the best stands. We'll have way more fun with you along. I agree. We'd be wonderful if you could show us the highlights of your student experience. I guess I don't mind butting in for a while. That's more like it. What are we waiting for then? Let's get the show on the road. It's always a pleasure, Vaughn. Oh boy. So Vaughn joined the girls in their foray around the school and enjoyed a look at the bazaar's many wares. Though Rosette seemed pleased to simply gaze at all the items for sale, Maribel was much more inclined than to reach for her mirror. Although their adventure was brief, the two seemed to thoroughly enjoy themselves. That was so much fun! School festivals and really take it to a whole new level, huh? I appreciate you taking the time to enjoy the festival with us, Mr. Arkwright. I'm just glad to be of service. Seemed a lot more interested in the school itself, though. Well, yes, I suppose I was. I may have gone to Sunday school as a little girl, but I'd never had much chance to experience school life beyond that. Rosette. Did she never go to high school? I guess I never did get around to asking Rosette about how she ended up this way. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, how did she become a cyborg? Like, what the fuck happened to her actual body? Forgive me, I hadn't meant to cast a cloud over our time together. Should have you know, I'm quite happy I'm spending time with you all at the end. Nope, that's not gonna cut it. You know, I keep telling you, it's going to be a little selfish sometimes. Huh? Is this some kind of new software? I sent over a few instructions to go along with it. Is that to access the garden with Vaughn? With me? What are you planning? Well, let's just say it's one other reason I came out here today. Oh, and before I forget, you might want to check out the stall we stopped by earlier. Anyway, I'll see you two later. Yeah, not really sure what she's getting at. Well, I guess we have some time to kill. Should we go to take a look? I don't see why not. Although I'm a bit curious about what this program she sent me. Alright. Out to the marching garden. Hey, isn't this... Hey. Looks like a recreation of one of Aramis's classrooms. It's pretty realistic, too. I can hardly tell the difference. Like, what's with these glasses in the textbook? And where was that? Mr. Arkwright, are you in there? Oh, hey, thought I lost you. Is it alright if I come in? Yeah, of course. You okay? You sound a little timid. Well, it's just... Okay, I'll just let myself in now. I apologize for being so late, Mr. Arkwright. No way! Is that really you, Rosette? Hey, look at her! Yes, it's me. They kind of stole Ren's model a little bit there. She looks more like Ren. She looks like Ren except with blue hair. This avatar is a shard bar I made to simulate what I looked like when I was around 14 years old. It appears to be part of a brand new virtual reality system that runs via the marching garden. 14-year-old Rosette, huh? How did they even pull this off? Actually, I'm assuming this is all Maribel's doing. I believe so. She must have been testing this whenever she had downtime at work. I think she got all the trouble and give me this opportunity. Oh, Maribel, you truly are a handful sometimes. That explains my glasses in the textbook, I guess. You know, I think I've mentioned that I didn't get the chance to finish school either. Putting me in the teacher's role is a little funny, though. I put my own through so much hell. Anyway, I guess we can start class as soon as you pick a desk. If you don't mind having a delinquent for a teacher, that is. Hey! The two began their respected roles of teacher and student. Alright, next question. What year did the Calvarian Revolution take place? That would be in the year 1100. Nice job, Rosette. Really living up to that class president reputation of yours. So that's the scenario she set up, is it? However, I can't help but think these questions are a bit on the simple side. Would you be opposed to bringing out the more difficult ones, sir? Sounds good to me. How about this one? Although neither of them were required to continue the act, they may remain in character for a while longer. Okay, so the answer to this problem is... If I may, sir, this seems to be a problem with your equation. Seriously? Man, it's been so long since I had to do math. Boy, I can sympathize with that. Fuck math. Let's see, where does the number go again? Let me show you. We have... Oh, what the fuck is that? I don't even know how to say that. I was right. Fuck. Is this calculus? I'm losing my voice. Fuck. I can't even say that. I don't even know how to read out that equation. Hey, I'm the one who's supposed to be teaching here. Both Rob and Rosette thoroughly enjoyed themselves and made new school memories. I can't help but feel a bit sorry for the students. I'm really monopolizing all the teachers' attention. Yeah, well, it's my responsibility to make sure all the students understand the content, right? Ask me anything, I'll do my best to answer. Okay, with regards to this problem, then. Huh? What's up? Oh, it's nothing. I mean, such a small body, he looks even more mature than usual. I wonder if this is how Miss Claudel and the others feel around him. But before they knew it, the bittersweet days of Rosette's fabricated youth had come to an end. Oh? Guess that's it then. Time sure went by a lot faster than I thought it would. I imagine this whole thing takes a bunch of processing power. I'm surprised it even lasted this long. Mr. Arkwright, I had a really great time together. Yeah, me too. I was really getting into it back there. It's looking like we're gonna have to put an end to it here, though. And after the school day ends, everyone assembles in the courtyard. They all enjoy the school life, only leaving for home once the sun begins to set. It's a rather essential part of being a student, what they call the springtime of life. Thank you for letting me experience even just for a little what this life is like. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You know, I may be staying at the teacher's podium and all, but I had a lot of fun too. It reminded me of all the good times I had. I actually was kind of hoping we could stay for a little longer. They do say your school years can really pass you by. This was a truly unforgettable experience. I may have only been acting as part of a student, but I think it did its part in feeling the hope inside of me. Rosette. I suppose I've been yearning for a chance like this. A longing for normal days. The hope to one day live a mundane life. I guess I'll never quite know how much I lost because of that day. However, even though I had little choice but to take on this form, the fact remains that I was given a second lease in life. I don't know if they ever actually talked about like what happened to Rosette. Like, what the fuck happened? Do I just not remember? Or did they just never talk about what happened to Rosette? I want to know this now. I might do some research to see if I can't refresh my memory if they ever talked about it. If I hadn't been given the miracle, I would never have met you, any of you, not you or Mirabelle or anyone from Arkwright Solutions. That's why I feel blessed to be where I am today. Damn, only 14, still as mature as ever. Can't say I'm surprised though. You've always been the most sensible one of our team. Thank you. But don't you think it's alright to just be a 14-year-old girl for a little while? Heck, you could probably stand in to let your hair down every now and then in the real world too. From everything you told me, it sounds like you were forced to grow up a lot faster than everyone else. Maybe too fast. You think so? But I want you to know that you don't have to be the responsible one all the time. It's okay to rely on me and the others. Just like it's okay to be over 20 and still be in the springtime of your life. Whether that means having stimulated experiences like this or having fun at a school festival, you should have fun with your life. I mean, relying on each other is part of what makes us all friends, right? Thank you, Mr. Arkwright. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. This class certainly did deliver on its educational value. Good. Well, I had to say it, but I guess we should wrap this up. Did you do the honors, Rosette? Of course, Mr. Arkwright. All rise and bow. Hey. Nice. That was nice. That was nice. Alright. I like that. That was nice. Hey! Cool. Alright. And that's all the connection events. Now there is one last thing we can do is go to see the movie. That's one thing I did not do yet. Okay, we can go to 2 movies. What do we have here? Oh, 3 movies. Oh shit. Return of the King. I've seen all of these though. No, I've seen them all. Okay. Agnes. And then Shizuna's already maxed out. Fairy? Okay, hold on for next. Agnes has already seen it. Fairy. Ren. Damn it! I've already seen it with Fairy. Alright, fine. Ren and Rosette. I've already seen what this movie's like, so I'm probably just gonna skip through it. Taxation's a bitch! Yeah. Yeah, I've already seen this movie, so I'm just gonna scroll on through it. Yeah, we just saw this one too. With we just saw this one because of this is before we reunited with the Sar and Sakina.
うろたえるな。烏合の衆に何がなせる。17年前に借り損ねた命運。その好機が再び巡ってきたのだ。
忌まわしくてしょうがない。貴様と同じ血が流れるこの身が。だからこそ定めにかけて必ずや首を。
猛襲に囚われた哀れな反逆者どもよ。貴様らに処刑代は不要。王が手ずから死での旅へと送ってやろう。
人は何を守るかでどんな人間か決まる。バーリン、守るべきものを誤ったお前に僕たちは負けはしない。
Alright, what's everyone's thoughts? I believe they made use of one of Elzheim's epic poems as the motif for the movie. Seeing as how well put together production was, makes one wonder how much film industry will grow in Elzheim from here. There are a lot of different companies from there played a big hand in making this movie, even though Vegas Films was the lead producer. I see. That would simply explain the high production values. I wonder why the theater in Tryon Mall isn't showing this movie. Well, Valis Investment Bank is Tryon's Mall's biggest sponsor, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. So tell me, Vaughn, why did you invite me to this movie? Honestly, I've been curious about this entire time. That's not to say I didn't enjoy it, mind you. I'm grateful that you did bring me along. I didn't have any real reason. I just thought you could use a break. Always good to take a load off every once in a while. Well, I suppose I can't argue there. A man's character is determined by what he chooses to protect. That line struck a chord with me. I feel like I'm starting to learn how to like myself more now. Good to hear. Sounds like it didn't really take your mind off things, though. Obviously. I haven't finished the break. Okay. Ah, so close. So close. Alright. What kind of movies do we have here in cinema? I'll go watch one more. I can watch 3 movies, but I'll watch one more. Okay. That one, I guess. Fair Agnes. Fairy. Alright. I don't think I've seen this one actually. I bought the brochure. I don't think I've actually seen this one. Alright. Captain Halil. Okay, I've never read this one. About this one. Hails from the Central East and loves basketball more than anyone. Despite this passionate guys from the team's half-Eastern manager Lintha, the school has never been known for its success in the sport. That is, until a basketball-playing prodigy by the name of Evan joins and turns the team into an unstoppable powerhouse. But what they've gained in athletic powers, they lose in team spirit. Their victories were owed to Evan, and now their new captain dominating all the plays. The team was effectively reduced to a one-man show. Evan mocks Halil, giving him the biggest piece of deadwood on the team, and removes him from the starting lineup. Then comes the final game of the season where they face off against their toughest opponent yet. Evan is unable to break through their impregnable defense, and the first half ends without Greenhill scoring a single point. The team's simmering frustrations with Evan reach to the boiling point. The heated arguments and accusations ignite Evan's short fuse. He attempts to storm out in a fit of rage, only to be stopped by their normally unflappable team manager. Hey.
チームだって？俺以外点を取れるやつはいねえのにか。いいか、後半戦もてめえらはボールを持つな。次こそ俺があいつらを見返してやるよ。違う、
そうじゃないでしょ。エヴァンはまだ分かってないのよ。本物のバスケってやつをね。
みんないるな。今コーチに相談してきたんだが、頼む、一つわがままを聞いてくれないか。次の後半戦、俺を出してくれ。やっぱり抜け出せねえ。かろうじてパスは出せそうだが、どうせ誰も。諦めるな、エヴァン。下手の横好きな俺だからこそわかるよ。お前は人一倍バスケと真剣に向き合ってる。だから見せてやろうぜ。俺たちの情熱はこんなもんじゃ燃え尽きないってな。 あいつ役立たずのくせしてバカみたいに必死な顔しやがって。だが面白いじゃねえか。俺を信じさせてみろハリル。
いける、決めるのよハリル。
Hey. Basketball is a team sport. It is not a single-person sport. The team manager role fit Nina like a glove. She looked so courageous during the scene where she gave Evan a piece of her mind. It was like I couldn't tell her where she ended and Linfudge and began. I'm sure those team manager characters are popular with a certain crowd. Have to admit, she looked pretty damn cute in both that school uniform and the jersey. Huh. I didn't realize you're into that sort of thing, Vaughn. Shit, that came out wrong. I bet it did. I bet I sounded like some creepy weirdo just now. Wait, does that qualify as sexual harassment? Oh no, it doesn't particularly bother me, but... I wonder if the girls in Vaughn's grade said the same thing about him back in the day. I'm sure he looked dashing in his school uniform, and he must have stood out in the gym class. What did you mean by it doesn't particularly bother you, but... What comes up to the butt? I really wish we could have gone to the school together. Yoo-hoo, Agnes! Anybody home? She's lost in her thoughts. Whoa, teamwork really is important, huh? What they were doing is a little different from how we go about coordinating on the battlefield, though. If you want to be successful in team-based sports, good teamwork's a must. There's a limit to how much one person can achieve on their own. That doesn't mean you should go relying on your teammates. So what you're saying is that every player has to put their best foot forward. In that sense, good teamwork requires good individuals. If you're grasping that concept at your age, then you're ahead of the game. You may be young in some ways, but you're wise and beyond your years in others. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Alright. Hey. Oh, so close, Agnes. So close. You know what? Can I invite her to another movie so I can cap it off? I can only watch one more movie, I believe. Oh, I can't, can I? Sure, why not? I believe this is the last one I can watch a movie. I should be able to cap her off with this. It's mid-July, 1192, 2 months into what will eventually be under Days War. Okay. I've already seen this. I remember this one. This is when we saw a picture of what's his nuts.
あの大軍相手にどうしろと。俺たちもこれまでか。父さん、母さん、最後まで親不孝でごめんな。今の攻撃は一体どこから？まさか上からか？
救援が遅れてすまない。ここからは我ら独立機動部隊が力になろう。さあ、勝利と栄光を、祖国の明日を共に勝ち取る時だ。
これより最終反攻作戦を発令する。今こそ王国軍魂を存分に震わせる時だ。恐れるな。我らの誇りを敵に見せつけよ。勝利は約束された。あとは猛進あるのみ。
回復した通信が伝える言葉と目の前の激変した戦場の情景により、私はようやく合点がいった。私たちが各所で泥にまみれながら防戦してきたのがこの時のための時間稼ぎであったということに。
極秘開発された運用飛行艇による立体機動戦。前例のない試みだが、所存は十分にある。だが地上部隊の皆の協力も不可欠だ。国のため、家族のため、今一度力を貸してほしい。王国の後輩、この一戦にあり。
その号令は兵士たちの消えかけていた闘志と愛国心を蘇らせるのに十分すぎるものだった。私自身歴史の転換点に立ち会っていながら、それを理解するより先に銃を手にかけていたのだ。
I know some people avoid war movies due to the heavy subject matter, but there's a value in being able to relive events that you never knew about or were before your time. Well said. These feelings help keep the story of the soldiers and war heroes alive. I also gotta give credit to the war correspondents and the photographers for going on the front lines to record all that happen. That's very true. Just like what Dingo did. If I ever go to Liberal, I'd like to visit some of the war memorials and think back on what it must have been like. That movie featured General Morgan, Richard, that's his name. Alan Richard, that's his fucking name. I don't recognize. I guess General Morgan must have been the old guy sitting down. And even Cassius. It's an odd thing to see an acquaintances and family members portrayed on film. Didn't Colonel Cassius join the guild after the 100 Days War? If that's the case, then I own one. He's the one who cooked up the plan to eradicate the DG Code. The fact that I barely made it out of there alive is thanks to him. I'm sure he'd simply tell you, I just did what anyone else would have done. But I still feel indebted to him. Then I would happily volunteer to introduce you to you personally. I'm sure she would. I don't know how he'd feel about that though. Bring her daughter home? How dare you? Hey, there she is. Now she's so close to being capped off. That's fine. I can get gem cards off from the marching garden to wrap it all up. I believe that's all we can do now here. I'm trying to think what else we can do. I think that's all. I think that's the last bit of things we can do before we move off to the final bits of the game. So I am going to wrap it up here. When we come back, we'll wrap up our patrol and see what everybody is doing. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Later.